This is not real. This is not real life. If they get all the way up, if they get all the way to 0. Oh my god. Today we're going to be replaying a deck that I played not too long ago, only because, well, now I think it might have a chance. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be taking a second look at Galarian Slowking Vmax. And I know we just did this not too long ago, but when we played it, it was before the standard format rotation. So now that rotation has happened, and a trend that a lot of people have noticed, and you probably have noticed as well, is that a lot of people are running fewer switch cards and relying more on things like Air Balloon. So we are going to try to do something to trap opponents' Pokemon in the active spot, and I think it can maybe work. Status conditions are still really difficult, and I'm going to preface this entire video with that. Evolving Pokemon cures status conditions, and there's a lot of stage 1, stage 2 Pokemon running around. You have a lot of Inteleons and even Ludicolo and Drizziles and all these things that can evolve, not to mention all your Vs evolving into Vmaxes. So the second they evolve, they lose that status condition, and so it is a little challenging, but let's take a look at the profile anyway. So the main feature of the deck is Galarian Slowking. It is a dark type single strike Pokemon, but we're not really worried about Slowking V. Yeah, it has Word of Ruin, which at the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon will be knocked out. However, if your opponent can get that Pokemon out of the active spot, then Word of Ruin no longer applies, and I don't know if it applies if the Pokemon evolves. So that would be really interesting. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. But what we're really trying to do is use Galarian Slowking VMAX, 320 HP, still a dark single type, that didn't change, and it has max Toxify for 1 dark and 1 colorless energy, 10 damage, but your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, and you put 12 damage counters on between turns. Poison is one of those status conditions that does not go away unless your opponent cures it with a card effect, brings the Pokemon to the bench, or evolves that Pokemon. Those are the 3 ways to get rid of status conditions. It's a lot, but we're going to try to minimize one of those ways. We're also running 2 copies of Toxicroak with the more poison ability, which puts 2 more damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon when they're poisoned. So now instead of putting 12, we're going to put 14 if we have 1 Toxicroak, and we can put 16 if we have 2 Toxicroaks, which means we can actually, after 2 turns, knock out a Pokemon VMAX with 330 HP if we have 2 Toxicroaks on the field, because it does base 10, 120, 120, plus an additional 80. So that's enough to knock out. That brings you to exactly 330, enough to knock out a Pokemon VMAX, and we could even use Max Toxify again to do an additional 10 damage if we need to hit that 340 mark. We're also running Umbreon V and VMAX because they're good dark type attackers, and they also have the Dark Signal ability, which lets us bring a Pokemon from our opponent's bench to the active spot when we play this card from our hand to evolve an Umbreon V. It's a single strike Pokemon as well, but if you notice, we're not running Houndour. We are running 4 copies of single strike energy. We are running Capture Energy as well as Hiding Dark Energy. And the reason the Hiding Dark Energy is really good is because it gives us free retreat for our dark type Pokemon, which is all the types of Pokemon that we have is only dark. We're going to try to minimize our opponent's ability to retreat to the bench because they're actively running less switch cards. That's a really good thing. And we can stop them from using things like Air Balloon with Tool Scrapper. We can also try to prevent manual retreats with things like Galar Mine, which increases the retreat cost of both Pokemon by 2. And we also have Crushing Hammers to help slow down our opponent and make sure that they don't just attach an energy to retreat if they don't have Galar Mine in play. So a lot of disruption, but the disruption doesn't end there. We're also running 2 copies of Rugged Helmet. We don't need as much switch either because of the Hiding Dark Energy. When your opponent attacks the Pokemon that has Rugged Helmet attached to it, they return an energy from their Pokemon to their hand. So now we're returning energies, we're increasing the retreat cost, we're getting rid of their Air Balloons, we're removing energy with hammers. There's just a lot of stuff going on. We are running Marnies as well. to help disrupt their hand, and we are running one copy of Piers to help us find an energy and also a dark type Pokemon. So that's pretty much the entire deck. I have no idea if this is going to work, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Here we go, going into the first game. If you are enjoying the content and you haven't already, hit the subscribe and bell notification so you never miss another video. If this is your first time watching the channel, thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you really want to help out the channel, leaving a like and a comment are the best ways to tell YouTube that this is a good video and other people should watch it. Sometimes I don't mind getting a mulligan because it gives me a chance to get through that entire thing, and here we go. Okay, this is not terrible. This is not terrible. I would really like a quick ball so we can try to get a Croagunk onto the bench. We will be able to use Concoction if we want. We can discard a card and draw 3, which is a pretty good move if we're going second. It's one attachment, so there's really not much else we're going to be able to do our second turn if we go second anyway. So, yeah, not a terrible thing. We might as well Crushing Hammer, and we get it, so that's going to set them back just a touch. And we are going to go ahead and discard a card. We're just going to discard Switch. Get a couple of cards. It was unfortunate we drew our second Crobat. But the Marnie's pretty nice. We can kind of put all that stuff back into the deck. So we did disrupt our opponent's energy flow for just a turn. They couldn't Melanie, which is exactly what they went and got. So they're going to be able to get it back anyway. And now it just attach manually if they have that energy. They will draw 3 cards. Melanie's a great supporter for water decks and even colorless decks that don't require a specific type of energy. So if you play normal types, Melanie, it used to be Welder was like the go-to for decks that used colorless energy, but now Melanie is the way to go. So they are evolving into that Drizzile, probably looking for an Air Balloon, or an Escape Rope, just as good. I mean, Escape Rope's not just as good because you don't have the continued use of it. With Air Balloon, you can use it every turn, provided that Pokemon's in the active. Escape Rope, one-time use, and it's not like I have another Pokemon on my bench that it'll force to switch out. So they are going to hit with Blizzard Rondo, so it's only going to do 120. See, this is where we kind of have like a problem. We'll get rid of the Toxicroak, I guess. We do need to get another Slowking onto the field because eventually this will get knocked out. We'll go ahead and get rid of the boss. And we'll get a Croagunk. We'll draw with 1 Crobat and then we'll look to Marnie. There's an energy, so that's pretty nice. We don't need another Croagunk onto the field, and I'm not going to actually put anything else because I don't want Blizzard Rondo to do too much. But maybe we boss up this other Suicune and kind of trap it a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. So it's going to do 30 because it's going to get an extra 20 damage from the single strike energy. And if the Suicune stays in the active, it just gets knocked out. Now it does have a retreat cost of 2, which means Air Balloon would work. We unfortunately don't have Galar Mine in play. Something maybe this deck could use is like a Stadium Search, maybe a Skyla to help find just like the thing you need. We're not running Houndour because I think to have Houndours and Umbreons and Toxicroaks would just be a little too much. But as you can see, like sometimes we just don't have the energy, which is pretty annoying. They're going to cape up. What are they going to cape? Are they going to cape this one? That would make no sense. They're definitely going to cape the one with energies. And they are going to start the process of chipping away at my Pokemon. That's what this Suicune deck does. But we can minimize how much damage Suicune does by not benching too many Pokemon. Do they? Okay, so they're going to research, try to find the Air Balloon or Switch. So let's see, do they find it? I feel like if they had it, they would have played it by now, but, you know, they might just be weighing their options. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Jerry, please stop licking your paw. Forgot they haven't fleet-footed yet. And no, that's the end of their turn. Could not get it. So we get a single strike energy, which is very, very nice. And we are going to... We're going to Marnie. Okay, I can work with this. We're going to Evolution Incense for the other Slowking because we'll need it after this one gets knocked out. And we'll just max Toxify. That will get taken out because of the extra damage that the max Toxify does thanks to the single strike energy. So there we go, 3 prizes down, halfway there. There's a Galar Mine, that'll be super helpful. So our Slowking will probably be getting knocked out this turn. We have 160 HP left. This will do, well, I guess we'll have to see how many Pokemon they put on the bench. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It does not matter. It'll do just enough to take us out anyway. So they can get it to go up to 200. And if they bench 2 more Pokemon on their side, we're not going to bench any, we're going to try not to bench any additional Pokemon. So at the very least, it'll be doing 180, but that's still enough for a 2-turn knockout. But I don't know if it'll be enough. They definitely have to be looking for another Suicune to set up. They're going to Melanie over to it. Yep. Unfortunately, they're just a little too set up before I was able to get going. A Tool Scrapper would be so helpful. Though it doesn't really matter because this is going to do 12 and then 30. It's going to do 150. It's going to do 300 after 2 turns, and they only have 260 HP, so I don't think it makes too much of a difference. I need 2 turns anyway, so the capes don't really matter. So there's the 200, enough to take 3 prizes. We'll drop the Galar Mine. We'll drop the Hiding Dark Energy so we can retreat. We'll just put the Water Energy back into their hand. They'll still be able to use Melanie to accelerate an energy and also, right? Because they have, do they have, maybe I should have used the Capture Energy. And we'll just Marnie. They got a big hand. We don't like it. So there's the Toxicroak. And this will do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And it's more than enough to do a 2-turn knockout. So I think we're kind of stuck in this one. We just don't have the power to take faster knockouts. So they have a Water Energy in hand. I don't know. Maybe they don't have the energy to attach to this other Suicune. Or I guess it doesn't matter because they're gonna enthusiastic. Right. Oh, that gets him the water energy. That's really smart. That was really smart, because now they can just go ahead and attach to this. Very, very smart. So they are going to win because of the, I don't know if it's because of the enthusiastic dance, but that scoop up net really made a big difference. Man, to think I might have Marnied into them, like into that. I might have had a chance if they didn't have the scoop up net, but a boss's order would actually win us the game. Get rid of that water energy. We'll Tool Scrapper. We'll play the Urn. We'll quick ball away the Umbreon. Try to get our other Crobat. See if we can get a boss's order. If we can get a boss's order, we can win. No boss. And we don't have the Umbreon on the bench either to get like a VMAX. Otherwise, man, we could have won if I had thought about that. That would have been. Let's just research. They're gonna quick shooting for the win anyway, so it does not matter. Man, I don't know where this boss was, but ain't anywhere near. Just not enough. The other Toxicroak would have been enough to get us the knockout. You know, that's how it goes. We came very, very close against a pretty good deck. And that was a misplay on my part if we had the Umbreon on the field. Game number 2. If you're enjoying and you want to say, hey, I want to play the Pokemon trading card game a little bit better, well then you can join my Discord. Link in the video description. So this is a slightly interesting start. We'll throw the Umbreon down. We don't have any energy, which we desperately need. Playing a Corviknight deck. Now this is a problem because Corviknight VMAX has the ability Luster Body, which prevents effects from your opponent's Pokemon affecting Corviknight. So I can't poison Corviknight. So we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave this match. We're gonna try that again with the more official game number 2. It looks like we're playing some type of Psychic deck. It could be Shadow Rider, could be Dracozolt. Those are the 2 main Psychic decks running around at the moment. And for what it's worth, the Max Toxify, if we have a single strike energy, when we hit for 10 plus the 20, that's going to do 30. But if they're weak to Dark, it'll actually hit them for 60 damage plus 120. So we're actually going to be doing 180, which is really, really nice. Terrible start here, kind of. If they're playing Sobble and they're running Psychic, it's Dragapult. There it is. Shadow Rider does not run the Inteleon line, Dragapult does. So if you're not sure what you're playing and you see a Sobble, you know you're playing Dragapult. We're gonna get a Crobat. We need to see some cards. I don't want to play the Galar Mine just yet. So I want to get that card out of the active first. So we got to get our Croagunk out of the active somehow. Path to the Peak is fine. We're going to be able to counter. So let's see. They're going to be looking for an Evolution Incense is my guess. A Scoop Up Nat. Okay, that gets them out of the active. That's also Decks that played in Tele Online, as you see now, have access to Scoop Up Net, which is just free retreat. I mean, it's free real estate. So they are going to go ahead and hit into us. They're going to put 50 damage onto one of our bench Pokemon, which is a huge problem. Now they can Shady Dealings for a hammer. If they hit heads on this, we're essentially done. So I guess we'll see. If they hit heads on this hammers, we're so... Not only are we going second in a deck that desperately wants to go first because we need to hit that. We need to hit poison as soon as possible to start chipping away. We cannot go second with this deck. And if we went first in the last game, we actually might have won because we would have had an additional turn to do that extra 20 damage. So... Oh, God. We miss ours and they hit theirs, and then they have the... Oh, we are... It's not looking good. Oh, it's not looking good. Piers doesn't really help too much. So we're gonna try to make this a little difficult. Okay. Now Piers helps. Because what we can do is play Piers to get an Umbreon VMAX, and we can evolve, get the energy, and we can start to... I mean, they could just look for a switch. I mean, or they can look for an Air Balloon because they have the 1 energy. Or Path to the Peak. That works too. God. This might not have been so bad if they didn't hit that heads on Crushing Hammers. Because then we could have at least this next turn taken out their VMAX and it would have been tied up in prizes. So yeah, not ideal. But we can get a single strike energy to do a decent amount of damage with max Toxify. So that'll be 40, 50, it'll do 100 plus the 120 poison damage. Because I don't really think, I think we're done. And they're going to boss up my Umbreon because they're afraid of that the most. They want to be able to use Drizzile next turn. I think I have to Marnie. I have to try to find a switch or an Air Balloon. And I can't Piers now. I get the Air Balloon and the energy and a switch. So that's fine, I guess. He has a Tool Jammer. Fine. So we won't do as much. We'll, do our 180. And this is where I maxed the Galar Mine would have been really helpful because they're going to be tempted to retreat and attack with this guy, but with Galar Mine they wouldn't have been able to. So, and it's not like they can attach an Air Balloon because they have Tool Jammer attached. So, yeah, not great. And yeah. If they can get this Dragapult into the active and attack with Max Phantom, we guaranteed lost. So it's just a matter of what do they do? Do they have the Dragapult VMAX? They can get it, but now Man, these scoop up nets are so annoying. They go to Fog Crystal. So maybe they just needed the energy. Maybe they have the VMAX in the hand. Or maybe it doesn't even matter. Right, depending on how much HP I have left. Oh, they go to another one. Okay. Interesting. And they could get 2 Evolution Incenses, I guess. I don't know what else. Marnie, Research, Evolution Incense, Crushing Hammer. Jesus Christ. If they hit heads on both of these, I am gonna lose it. Going into the I can't wait for this game to be over. Yeah, we definitely want to go first, and I just want this to be done. My day is ruined. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. I don't want to bench too much stuff because we're playing another Suicune deck that goes against us. An energy would just be lovely. We're playing against a lightning deck. Probably Dracozolt, seeing that they had the potion. We're gonna fail the Evolution Incense. I have to get an energy. I need an energy. I don't... Thank you. Okay. Because at least this turn, I can get the 2 Toxicroaks onto the field. I can research. And maybe if I can get a single strike energy, we might be in business. I don't really care about Path of the Peak. We already used our Crobat, so that was good timing. They have a high retreat cost of 3. And they typically, Dracozolt decks don't look to leave the active, because then if they leave the active, Spark Trap, the attack they use, doesn't proc anymore. So they want to stay in the active. They kind of want to bear down and just try to heal as much as possible. But we're going to negate that healing with just copious amounts of poison. They get a second Dracozolt down because I guess they expect that this is going to get knocked out soon. They can go Primeval Break. I can't attach from an energy to my Pokemon. That's really annoying. But I can Concoction, I guess. I wonder if it matters if I evolve. No, it does not. So let's see. Let's go on Umbreon. We'll get nothing. Okay. So, not ideal. I would have liked to have the Dark Energy. They got nothing. Well, I can't do anything either. I don't have an energy. I can't attach. I don't have a Research or a Marnie. They're going to get the VMAX. Do they have... There's the Lightning Energy. I mean, I'm kind of stuck without... I have Piers, Research, Marnie, and Single Strike, Hiding Dark. I have so many types of energies that this is insane. I'm just going to keep letting them draw cards because the Rugged Helmet's going to keep putting that draw energy back in their hand. mean, eventually I'll have to boss over this other one, because I'm just going to get KO'd sitting here. Finally. What I'll do is I'll play the boss right now. I don't want to play another one because, like, what if I... What if I need a Crobat? I mean, not that I have any cards in my hand that I can get rid of to play a Crobat, so... Well, that's irritating. We'll do this. If they have another Cheryl, I mean, what are the odds that we get a deck like this that just constantly heals? So I swear to God, if they get Cheryl. Okay, fine, fine. I will take a Marnie. Marnie would be kind of welcomed. The retreat cost is 5, so don't. Okay. I was gonna say, don't you dare. If they go a Pokegear at number 3 and get a Cheryl. What is happening? What is happening? This is insanity. This is absolutely insane. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? This is not real. This is not real life. If they get all the way up, if they get all the way to 0. Oh my God. Come on. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. They had 130 damage and they flipped heads 7 times in a row. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that happened. Can't believe it. Every time I think I have a chance, just a little bit of a chance, that's my fault for thinking that. Yeah, I know it's going to give me a smaller hand, but look at their hand! Can't play Galar Mine, because it doesn't do anything against a deck that doesn't switch their Pokemon. This is lunacy. Straight up lunacy. I'll take a Marnie. That's fine. Maybe it'll give me an Air Balloon, a Switch, an Evolution Incense, a second Energy. If I can get all 3 of those, that would just be Fantastic. I get the energy and a dark type. It's close enough. I get the hammer. Not that it really helps too much. They only need one to attack. Oh, man. Basically, they're just going to get to a point where they can just boss his order and take out this Umbreon because I can't get a Switch or an Air Balloon. We don't have a ton, but did I have any? I went through I went through both Switches, so... Oh, man. That Lucky Pop is really... There's nothing to do but laugh at it. It's so silly. How much does this do? 60. Oh no, I can't even retreat it with the single strike energy. I should have given him I guess I should have given him the VMAX. Because at least I could have retreated that. They're just gonna get more boss's orders. This is the world's most boring game. I definitely am gonna make this for the most part. Like this is just sure, let's just get rid of an energy. We can get a Crobat, because this will get knocked out this coming turn. Put an energy back in their hand. I don't know why I did it. I just might as well do it. If they play boss's order and get this Slowking into the active this turn, I'm just gonna quit. I'm just gonna concede. We've been recording for 39 minutes. And I feel like most of it was this game. And they know what they're doing. They're not going to attack it. They're not going to take the KO. He's going to keep attaching energies, because then they can use max impact. I just need one energy. I got plenty in the deck. I have like two more capture energies. So they can't keep drawing energy, drawing cards. I think they're just gonna try to deck me out. Either attack or don't. What's there to think about? Do something, please. Team Big Surprise. Hit me with something. Fine. Well, I feel like that shouldn't have hit me, right? It hits any Pokemon? I thought it was the one that... Okay. Oh, right. But he used Spark Trap on Umbreon. Alright, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. If he lucky pops me, get a Tails, for the love of... Please. Don't... This... Come on. This can't happen again. Thank you. He has 230 health. If I can make it through this turn, then I win. He didn't Spark Trap though, so I can freely attack. Oh God! Oh, yes. We're just not doing objective deck data for that train wreck that was the 3 games I played. Maybe you can work this deck out, but there's just too many Inteleons and Scoop Up Nets, and it's just status condition decks just don't really work too much. And yeah, I don't recommend them. That's my thoughts. If you like to play it and maybe you have a way of doing it and that it works and you know something I don't, awesome, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, I would typically avoid status condition decks. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found it a little bit entertaining watching me struggle the way that I did. And if you did, hitting the subscribe and bell notification are nice ways to let me know that you like this kind of video. And leaving a like and a comment are the best ways to tell YouTube that you like this video, because that's honestly who we're all trying to impress. And I will see you next time.